What's going on, folks? Part 2 of the Colt, right there, Colt El Senor limited edition, 1 of 500, 1911, chambered in the Super 38. If you saw part 1, you saw that this gun was a hot mess. It wasn't running for nothing. And if you didn't see part 1, I linked it down below in the description. Go ahead, check that out first to get some background before you're asking questions and all this other kind of stuff. We switched out. We tried 3 different types of ammo. 3 different types of ammo. Switch out the springs with my competition model. I showed you on camera in the first video. The competition model worked fine. All my other 38 Supers work great. I don't have any problems with them. This one was just being a pain in the butt. And for people like, did you oil it? Did you clean it? Yes. Yes, I did before that video. All right, I filmed the tabletop. Typically what I do is I get the gun out of the box. I'll just let you know my process. I get the gun out the box. I film a short of me unboxing it. Then I film, if it is a gun that is brand new and has been unfired, then I film the tabletop, okay? And then I clean it, tear it down, wipe it down, clean it, lubricate it, bring it out here for its first shots in initial range portion of the review. That's typically what I do with all firearms that are brand new, unfired. So that's what I did with this one. So I went and did some testing off camera. Got a little bit of fingerprints on here. Let me wipe it off because it is, guys, this is a gorgeous gun. If you don't know what it is, again, it's a limited edition, 1 of 500. This one's number 237. It's got a smoke PVD slide, thumb safety, slide stop slide release, grip safety. It is a highly polished stainless frame, mirror finish. Same thing with the bushing on the end and the recoil plug. This is a fantastic pistol, man. This is excellent for any barbecue, quinceañera, whatever large party you want to have. You got to get this, but I got to know it works in case some shit goes down. You see what I'm saying? I got to be ready. I did some testing. I put a lighter spring in here, 11-pound spring. All right. We have 2 types of ammo this time. One is PMC bronze. All right. This is 130 grain, 38 Super. Says it's 1,100 feet per second. Typically, it's been my experience at the box numbers, it's a lot less. So we're going to see if that works. I also brought out, let me see if I can do this without tipping them over, a bunch of my reloads that I spiced up a bit. Now, my reloads were, you know, a little bit above a mid-range load. They weren't hot at all. They definitely weren't pushing the limits or anything. But again, they worked in all my other 38 Supers. They did not work in this gun. So we bumped them up a little bit. We spiced them up a little bit and put a lighter spring in here. I fired at least 2 or 3 magazines. It seemed to have worked. We're going to see if it works here. Again, if you want full background, full specs of this gun, the full tabletop and all that kind of stuff, check out part 1, the initial review in the description. And so let's just load this sucker up. You know, we'll test the reloads first. How about that? Test some reloads. These are 130 grain reloads using Barry's projectiles. All right, what's that? I didn't even count. Is that 8 or 9, something like that? Let's see. Let me put my ears on first. For those who aren't familiar with my channel, it's the first video you're seeing. I have 3 pieces of C-zone steel, a reduced C-zone steel, and an 8-inch plate, 10-inch plate down there at about 22 yards. I'll flip the camera around. We'll get some shots of that, me shooting it. But this is just basically like a function test. So let's see if it works, man. Whoo, buddy. Here we go. So there's the first initial 8 rounds. If you guys saw part 1, go for it. Couldn't even make it through one. It might have made it through 1 magazine and then didn't lock back. But it basically couldn't make it through an entire magazine. It would fire 1 round, jam, 2 rounds, jam. Maybe make it through 2 or 3 rounds before it would fail to extract, jam, all that other kind of jazz. So let's keep shooting. All right, here we go. Second magazine. All right, what's that? 9 rounds. That's 18 rounds so far. That's a record for it. That's a record. Let's try. We're going to try some PMC bronze, some PMC bronze factory ammo. Let's try 9 rounds of that. 9 rounds, PMC bronze. Let's see. All right, gents. 27 rounds of 2 different types of ammo. All right, folks, we have 9 more rounds of the PMC bronze. Nice. So, hey guys, I appreciate, after the initial video, I appreciate everybody offering up their suggestions. Some people said extractor tension. I checked that. It was fine off camera with the first video. They were suggesting that possibly the PVD coating and stuff like that was making the slide velocity slow down and all that other kind of stuff. I think it was a combination of things. I think maybe that is correct. Maybe they fired the gun, test fired the gun ahead of time with that spring that it came with, and then coated it. And sometimes the coatings take a little bit of time to wear in. But I have, again, I have plenty of springs. It seemed like the spring was a lot heavier than my other 38 Supers. So again, I put the light spring in. We got 9 more rounds of, these are reloads this time. And let's see, seems to be working just fine. Now, probably jinxed myself now. Missed that 10-inch plate. But there we go. We keep on trucking, man. Okay, folks, accuracy portion. If you saw part 1, I said I was going to do the accuracy portion, but things went so badly, I stopped the testing and delayed it. We're going to do it now in part 2. If you're not familiar with my channel, the way I do my accuracy testing is I have a 3-inch shoot and see. I go back 7 yards and we just shoot at that, see how well it groups and how well frankly I could shoot, because the operator is a part of that equation too, right? I do 7 yards because that is the average distance for a defensive pistol shooting. That's typically what handguns are used for, is defensive situations. It's not a target pistol. So we're going to go get an average representation of its accuracy. So I'm going to go back here 7 yards. We're going to fire group it here. Oh, by the way, I got the PMC bronze 130s. So let's go over here 7 yards. And we'll just see how the El Senor shoots. Okay, not bad. I think this is probably a better representation of the group. Looks like it's shooting a little bit left. And I could say that's probably not me because it groups so tight here. But, you know, I put, what's that, 3 or 4 up here too. But it looks like there's 5 shots right there. So it looks like it's shooting a skosh left. Now, again, that could be with this ammo. You know what? Let me go get some of my reloads and see where those are hitting. All right, folks, we got 9 rounds of 130 grain reloads. We're gonna go 7 yards and just see how these shoot. So yeah, looks like we had a slightly different point of impact, minus the ones that I've pulled a couple, but it looked like I couldn't tell because I was looking at my front sight. But you know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. It puts, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the last group, and put the rest out in here. So it does look like the ammo might have a slight different. It's probably a little bit of me and a little bit of the ammo having a slight different point of impact based on which ammo you choose. And it's not that bad. It's, you know, quarter, half inch at 7 yards difference, left or right. But there it is, guys. So let's go and get the final thoughts. Okay, folks, before we go and get the final thoughts, we're going to do a mag dump with the El Senor. I got 9 rounds. I got the last 5 rounds of PMC bronze and then 4 rounds of my reloads. So it's the first 4 rounds of my reloads, then the last 5 are PMC bronze. I am going to attempt to aim below the shoot and see because the shoot and see is full of holes. I want to kind of see how well, you know, we can shoot it. Can I keep them in the A zone at 7 yards? So I'm going to shoot below, in between the bottom of the A zone and the 3-inch shoot and see, just to see how well I can control it. Should have brought my timer, but all right, here we go. Okay, that was 9. For some reason, I had a hiccup there on the 8th round. I guess I thought I was done shooting. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go take a look at it. It looks like they are all in the A zone. Not the greatest group ever. But hey, as long as you keep them in the A zone, right? That's 9 rounds, 0 down. So it's, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. So now let's go and get the final thoughts. Okay, folks, final thoughts on the Colt El Senor 1911 chambered in the Super 38. We did it. We got her running. I think now that it is working, okay, and we're over 100 rounds. I shot 50 rounds of the PMC bronze, and I don't even know how many rounds of the reloads, but now we were over 100 rounds, not including what we shot before, but it wasn't working. Again, if you haven't seen the full video, link in the description below, go watch that. It couldn't even make it through one magazine. It'd fire 1 round, jam, 2 rounds, jam. It was a hot mess, which is why we're doing this part 2. I am confident now that it works. Yes, I know it's only 100 rounds. It's not a duty gun, but to go from not even making it through one magazine, heck, not even making it through a couple of rounds without a hiccup, to going over 100 rounds without a single issue, and the ejection was super consistent about the 4 o'clock, 3 to 4 feet away from the pistol. It had very consistent ejection. You saw it. We finally did the accuracy test. It's pretty accurate. I'm calling this fixed, man. I consider this, I would consider this reliable now, especially given that it is, you know, like a custom limited edition gun and, you know, not made for duty use. But I think it's working great now. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.